はい、皆さんこんばんは、ひかりです。引き続きレッドデッドやっていきたいと思います。よろしくお願いいたします。ということで。ここはどこだろう。ワンカーのところじゃないのか。ポーカー。ポーカーとかあるんだね。どうしよっかな。まあストーリー変えた方がいいかな。ここなんだっけ。ポーカーか。ポーカーはいいや、下手くそだからな。寒っ。いやー、まだ寒いっすね。雪がめっちゃ降ってるからめっちゃ寒い。滋賀県だ、珍しいな、こんな風に雪降るの。何年ぶりかな、ほんと。めっちゃ積もってますからね、雪が。人、女。
Mr. Marston, I've been hearing about your plans.
Have you, Miss McFarland?
Yes, from Lee Johnson. To settle here and build a life for yourself.
I'm afraid those aren't my plans. See, I already have a life. Well, I had one, and I'm trying to reclaim it. Or maybe what you could say is I had two, and I'm trying to end one of them so the other can survive.
You do so love to talk in riddles, Mr. Marston. Do you do that, I wonder, as a substitute for having anything interesting to say?
Probably, Miss McFarland.
Oh, call me Bonnie, you fool. Call me Bonnie.
Miss McFarland, I'm married.
そうなんや。
I have a son. I had a daughter, but she died. Years before that, I rode in a gang. We robbed banks, trains, held people ransom. We killed people we didn't like. Bill Williamson was in that gang. Now, if I don't capture my former brother in arms, great harm will befall my family. Now, I don't suppose any of this is very interesting to you, but I hope it explains why I wasn't so eager to talk about it.
No, I do understand. I had no idea. You poor man.
Even in this new country, memories don't really fade. My father was an illiterate Scot born on the boat into New York. He never saw his homeland, but to hear him talk about it, you'd imagine he only ever ate haggis and wore a kilt. And he hated the English for what they had done to his great-grandparents that he'd never met. People don't forget. Nothing gets forgiven.
That's true, especially when it comes to money. And you know, even now, after all his labors, my father's debts are still terrible. I worry every day about us losing the ranch. It would kill him.
My father died when I was 8 years old. His eyes were, well, let's just say he was blinded in a bar fight south of Chicago. My mother died during childbirth. She was a prostitute and he was her, well, I don't know what he was. So I was sent off to an orphanage and ran away and fell in with a gang.
My word. What a difficult life you've lived.
The leader of the gang taught me how to read, taught me how to see all that was good in the world. He was a great man in a way.
But you killed people.
Sure. And I've suffered for it. And that's the life I left, or tried to leave. Said too much, Bonnie. I'm an uneducated killer, sent here to do all I can do well. Kill a man in cold blood so that another man may do his part to cut crime in an area, and a rich man can be elected governor on the back of these promises.
Civilization is a truly beautiful thing, Mr. Marston. Listen, Can you help me?
Well, I can try. What do you need? Money?
No, nothing so complicated. I need an extra hand to take out the herd to pasture.
Sure. Point me in the right direction.
牛を追い込む。そっか。子供おったんやね、この人。結婚してたんや。
Right. Are you ready to learn how to herd some cows?
Let's go.
よし、行こう。
Yeah.
どこに行
Thank
く
you
ん
for
だ？
telling me all that back there. It must have been hard for you.
Hope you understand now why I've been playing my cards somewhat close to my chest.
I didn't know you had a wife and child. Then again, I don't think I ever asked. They're lucky to have a man like you.
I ain't so sure about that, but thank you.
Careful. You're more of a hindrance than a help.
How are you today, Marston?
こう、あ、こうか。
Easy now.
これから出せってことね。なる
That's it. Keep on moving.
Go.
Nice job, Mr.
ほど。
Stay behind him, Mr. Marston. Look out!
Sir.
He's got it. Come on.
あ、しまった。
Herd the cows down the road. Pretend you know what you're doing.
Look at the cowboy. Again, senor.
あれ、ブレーキどうするんだっけ？
Come on.
This way. We need to take them out to the pasture.
Whoa there.
行け。あ、あるちか。
Easy.
よしよし。
Come on.
早く行けって。よしよし。
Whoa.
He's just showing off now.
バカ。
Keep going, Mr. Marston.
どこ行くんだよ。
Yeah.
Keep sweeping behind them. That way they'll stay together.
Nail it down.
どこに行くの？
That's a big herd for your first time.
もう切るところか。これちょっと難しいな。
Yeah.
We're gonna lose the herd if you don't keep them together.
ちょっと難しいんだけど。難しい。
You should learn to ride before you learn to herd.
よしよし。
Come.
めっちゃ増えてるやん、牛。
Doing great, Mr. Marston. Stay with him. Keep that herd together now.
よしよし。
Keep it tight now. Watch what
Nail it down, Mr.
よ
Marston.
しよし。
Keep it
Let's
moving.
go.
お、いけた。
Let's get it.
You're not bad with the herd. Ranching might be your true calling, Mr. Marston. Either that or you were a cow in a past life.
Thank you, Miss McFarland.
I'll see you later. I have work to do back at the ranch.
よし、ミッション成功。
Come on.
じゃあ、この中のところに行こうかな。なんかのところに行って。はい、というわけで、なんかのところに来ました。なんだ、ベテランマーク。
Now why walk when you can ride, mister?
乗り物か。よし。
Yeah.
じゃあ、ワンコの子に会いに行こうかな。
Come on. Easy up now.
このハテナなんだ？
You a tough guy, mister?
それミッションってこと？
We gonna have a showdown.
Mister.
She's gone.
またかよ。
Who is?
My wife, she's gone. She went out picking mushrooms in the hills near Hanging Rock and they got her. The stories are true.
What'd the police do about it?
Oh, about as much as you'd expect.
どんどん役立たつ。
Made me fill out a form. Beryl ain't strong, but she's a good girl.
I'll see what I can do.
これはサブミッションっぽいな。馬が来ないんだけど。あれ、僕ちの馬はおい、馬。あ、いたいたいた。よし。仕方がないな。
Yeah.
どこだっけ？あ、ここか。いや、違う。ここか？どこだっけ？あ、ここかな。てか、よく人がいなくなるような確率のところで。
Go. Slow up.
よし、行こう。
Let's go.
サブミッションしない方がいいかもしれないな。めちゃくちゃ長くなるかもしれない。どれがサブミッションでどれがモンストーリーかわかんないんだけど。これでしょ？これいなくなったんだよね。いないな。こうじゃない。やっぱりこの先のところ。どの辺や。どの辺やっけ。オプションじゃない。日記か。ログじゃない。居合ミッション。あ、罰なんてってことはできなかったってこと？失敗ってこと？ミッション。あれできなかったの？この辺だよね。このミッション失敗しちゃったのかな？罰ってことは。マジか。見つけたくなかったな。なんか撃ってないっていう音が聞こえる。腕やんあれ、ちょっと。達成した？何のこと？腕やん。 れは腕じゃないんだこれ。脱水した？どういうこと？やっぱりいないってことか。ということで、こっちの上までカットします。
Easy. Yeah.
はい、戻ってきました。よし。まあね。
Let's go.
なかったから仕方ですね。危ない、またメニューが下がっちゃう。よし。
And I can tell you with no uncertainty that miracle cures are no laughing matter. I bid you good day, sir. Oh, Mr. Marston, good to see you. How have you been keeping?
I'm well, Mr.
Mr. West Dickens. Nigel West Dickens of East Cheap, London, New Waverly, New York, and Armadillo, New Austin. At your service.
At my service.
At everyone's service. At the service of science, of knowledge, of life.
How are your wounds?
Much, much better. But then they would be.
Would be.
I know a cure for all ailments, Mr. Marston.
Ah, I'm sure you do. And I'm sure for just $2 an ounce, I could live forever.
Oh, but for you, sir, I do a bulk discount rate of $1.95 an ounce. As long as you buy 100 ounces or more. That's a lot of immortality.
Oh, give it up, old man.
That's Mr. West Dickens to you, boy.
Give it up, old man.
Listen, Marston, I'm broke. But this stuff is good. It works. I need a healthy young man like you. Come along, let's ride over to my newest customer at Ridgewood, and I'll explain while we go.
Okay.
行くんかよ、断るよ。マジで。
All right, John, let us make haste for Ridgewood Farm.
もう一応どっちをするんだっけ。人々と触っちゃったね。
I heard about you, Mr. West Dickens.
And I about you, John Marston.
Hoodwinking the weak, gullible out of their hard-earned money.
My dear boy, it is you who is gullible, if I may be so bold, for heeding such ill-informed scuttlebutt.
You're as full of wind as a horse with the collar.
I have been blessed with the gift of language, and for that I do not apologize. But the West Dickens elixirs speak for themselves. Stay on the road! We're going to destroy the merchandise! My thousands of happy customers attest to that.
Those men trying to kill you didn't look so happy.
If my tonic is such a sham, how do you explain the fine battle of
Whoa.
fine feet? Last time you saw me, I was knocking at death's door.
You should thank the doctor for that. I reckon you were acting it up worse than it
Is
was.
that really necessary?
That should calm
I'm
you
starting
down.
to get quite a
トロ
headache.
トロ。
John, where are you going? We must get to Ridgewood without delay.
よし、オッケー。あ、今行くよ、じいさんさいなの。お金がないから。
For the love of God, try to stay on the road. Get back on the road. We'll have nothing left by the time we light here, dear boy, so no one sees us arriving together. See you shortly, and remember, showmanship.
ちょっと乗せていきやんじいさん、ほんまに走っていきよとかもうなんやねん。乗せていってくれたらいいのにね。本当に何すんの本当。
Are you sure? Friends! Hard-working souls of Cholla Springs, gather round, gather round. Do you suffer from rheumatism, lumbago, acute chronic sciatic, neurologic, or inflammatory pain? Well, I represent the only company that makes the genuine article that cures headaches, neuralgia, earache, toothaches, backache, swelling, sprains, sore chests, swelling of the throats, contracted cords and muscles, anxieties and ravaged nerves, stiff joints, wrenches, dislocations, cuts and bruises, and it adds vitality and vigor to the healthy man.
Well, can you prove it, old man?
Oh, I'm sure there's some customer here who could prove the qualities of it by taking a drink right now. You, sir, come up here. Step right up. That's the spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, pay close attention. This poor, wretched volunteer, entirely unknown to me, will demonstrate the effects of Dr. West Dickens' own patent tonic. Be you a cowpoke or athlete, this miraculous elixir developed with the wisdom of the East keeps the muscles supple and relaxes the cords. It loosens the joints and gives a feeling of youth and vigor to the whole system. Not possible, I hear you say. Well, doubt no longer. Faith can move mountains, but I ask not for faith. I am a man of science, and today science will be vindicated. Your eyesight is greatly improved. Is that not so, friend?
If you say so.
That's right, it is. You heard him. What a good sport you are, sir. Now, gaze over yonder at that porch. If you squint, you may just be able to make out the skull that's hanging there.
あれか。
Go ahead, friend. Shoot that skull and demonstrate the miraculous eyesight you now possess.
あ、まただ。この辺か？この辺か？ドーン。
Remarkable! The eyesight of an eagle, granted by imbibing Dr. West Dickens' own patent tonic.
Anybody can make that shot. This man is a fraud. If your eye's so damn sharp, why don't you try shooting my hat out of the air?
マジで。
My friends, our test case has been challenged to shoot.
絶対無理やし、そんな。
A gentleman's hat out of the sky above our heads.
You can fool these people, but you ain't fooling me. Right. Let's just see how sharp you is with a moving target.
ちょっとマジで。
Get ready to shoot that hat.
発動したらいいのか。
You're more crooked than a snake in a...
Have you ever seen such an eye? Behold the power of the elixir plucked out of the sky.
Hey! Hey! What? You think you can put a hole in a man's hat and just walk away?
早ごと言ったんだ。
They don't work like that around here, mister. Come on! Are you a man or not?
A challenge of battle has been offered to our volunteer. Look at him. The tonic is coursing through his veins.
Come on, hit me.
Whiskey in that bottle.
You want a broken nose, friend?
Wait, there's still time.
なんできない。
Who the hell?
よし。
There it is! Skeptics and dissenters, irrefutable proof! Do not let this opportunity pass you by!
Look, he's over there. Go get him.
This ends now.
Watch out! He's got a gun!
Who the hell do you think you are? You ain't leaving here alive.
Marvelous shot, dear boy! The kind of deadly accuracy that can only be afforded by the West Dickens elixir. Come, I have plenty for all.
You'll be fine. Get out of my way.
Hey, where are you going?
I want a bottle. Get me a bottle, please. One of them, right here.
Well, no harm in trying one bottle, I suppose.
おお。
Well, I think that went kind of well, don't you?
I'm just glad that my normal job involves either chasing after cattle or murderers. Not the likes of you, mister.
Don't be like that.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to say my goodbyes, head on back to the real world.
Wait, sir. I've been thinking about your predicament, and I think I may have an idea. I've been thinking I could be your cunning Odysseus. Beware of the Greeks burying gifts, sir. Williamson had better beware. We will make them into Trojans.
I don't rightly get you.
I want you to go and see my old friend Seth. He can come across as a little curious, but I'm sure you two will get on. He's most often found at Coots Chapel. He's very devout.
Why see him?
Because between him and me, we can get those gates to open for you, and you can walk right in, just like in Homer's great Trojan yarn!
ここで一旦終わりたいと思います。最後まで見てくれてありがとうございます。よかったらチャンネル登録の動画よろしくお願いいたします。Twitter やってるんでフォローされてしてくれて嬉しいです。